This reading is for the VRChat developer update from December 4th, 2025. Welcome to the developer update for December 4th, 2025. Today's featured world is Grimace by Wispy Blue. Announcements. New Year's 2026 is coming out. Submit something. New Year's Eve is upon us, almost. Which means it's time to start creating. Posters, music venue logos, entertainment, network videos, you name it. As usual, the boots will be invite only this year. Everything else is accepting public submissions. Submissions close Wednesday, December 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific Time. There are no extensions, no late submissions, no exceptions. Submit a poster, Google Form link. Submit a music venue logo, Google Form link, and a entertainment network video. Last link. VRChat Winter 2025 starts tomorrow. Starting on December 5th at 5 p.m. PST. VRChat Winter 2025 will be available only on VRChat. More than 700 creators will showcase avatars, 3D models, groups, and communities. It's a literal virtual market, all in VRChat. Discover new avatar creators, world assets, events, and groups throughout the 19 exhibition worlds. Learn here. 2025.4.2 is out. We released 2025.4.2 this week. It brings group and event sharing, group discovery, neutrals, and of course, Steam audio. Watch the patch notes video here. Alternatively, you can read the full changelog here. Speaking of Steam audio, new content, soon, maybe tonight. Steam audio. Need we say more? Okay, maybe we do. It's out, starting with VRChat version 2025.4.2. Steam audio is now displayed. Spartalizer use, spatializer used on all platforms. Join us in celebrating with the community on the infamous Is Steam Audio Out Yet website. FAQ. Biggest questions up front. Does Steam audio require Steam? No, it runs on all platforms and devices. It is only called Steam Audio because Valve is building it. When can we use all the cool features with Steam Audio ads? Certain aspects of Steam Audio will require an update to our World SDK. We do not have a timeline for this, but we would like to do it. Until then, features like occlusion, reflection, audio ray tracing, etc. will not be available. Do I need to update my content? Maybe. We have an extensive conversion layer, more on that below. But in some edge cases, you may want to adjust audio sources in your world or on your avatars. Our experience over the last 2 months of open beta has shown that almost all content will work without any adjustments, however. You broke audio. Everyone sounds bad. Everything sounds bad. I will yell and no one will hear me because it's broken. First off, give it some time. We know this can be frustrating, but a lot of feedback we have received is that people initially dislike it, but after using it for a week, never want to go back. Yes, really. Brains are weird when it comes to hearing. Certain aspects of audio are different from our previous spatializer, ONSP, and will remain so. For example, the way sound sources encode their direction relative to you will be different. This is intentional, and while we will continue to tweak it as time goes on, their overall change is here to stay. We are aware for a small minority of people, some aspects of Steam audio may actually end up sounding slightly worse. This is an unfortunate reality of psychoacoustics, physioacoustics, and building systems that need to work for the broad mass of people. You can't make a perfect spatializer. The good news is that we believe it will overall cause less issues for fewer people than ONSP did. Finally, no, we will not revert this update. It is here to stay. What is Steam Audio? Up until now, VRChat used ONSP for audio spatializer. The spatializer is part of the audio processing chain that makes makes directional hearing work. That is, it allows you to hear sounds if they're to your side, above or below you, and to your front or back. It also handles some secondary processing, like distance fall-offs, so-called direct effects, like air absorption and source directionality, some extra gain handling, etc. For a long time now, we have been testing Steam Audio in a series of betas, as we wanted to move away from ONSP. Why move away? Well, for a lot of reasons. ONSP does not function on iOS, for example. Steam Audio is open source and allows us to fix issues ourselves. It is actively maintained by Valve, and it opens the door to some effects that were not possible before. Audio ray tracing, reflections, wall muffling. We also think personally that Steam Audio simply sounds better. Additionally, it handles situations like crowded instances or conversation circles a lot better, and the EQ applied to world sources is flatter, leading to less distortion. Notes on ONSP conversion. Steam Audio uses a completely different paragraph for how audio sources are configured in Unity. To ensure existing content doesn't break, we have built an extensive ONSP Steam Audio conversion layer. You can continue to create worlds and avatars with the VRC spatial audio source component just like before, and it will convert under the hood once you load it into VRChat. We have spent many years, literally, tweaking this so that it preserves content as best as possible, going as far as modifying the native processing code itself. Most worlds and avatars should continue to work exactly how they did before. However, this does not mean there won't be edge cases. You can report any actual issues at feedback.vrchat.com, though note that we will be looking specifically for functional bugs. This includes audio level changing drastically, fall-off curves not being respected, or ranges not applying the same. Things will sound different in some scenarios, however. For example, direction and audible distance cues or minor shifts in tonality, EQ, or mixing. We are aware that ONSP conversion isn't perfect, but we choose to mark this as our cutoff point where it is good enough for almost all content. The remaining edge cases can be addressed by further patches on our site. World and avatar creators updating their content with Steam Audio in mind, and in the future by switching to Steam Audio enabled SDK once one becomes available. On a different note, voice audio specifically has received a slight tune-up while we tried to preserve compatibility with the VRChat API player. Functions available. This one was a place where it intentionally did not aim for a one-to-one conversion from ONSP. Voice audio is the backbone of our platform. Imagine VRChat without the chat, so we took some liberties towards compatibility and instead focused a bit more on actual improvements made possible by the switch. This includes slightly different fall-off curves, different EQ and compressor tuning, as well as adding source directionality. The latter part meaning that someone speaking away from you will still sound different. Will sound different than someone talking directly at you, which helps a ton when moving through large crowds. On the future of Steam Audio, releasing Steam Audio to our library has just been one of the biggest steps in improving our audio pipeline, but it will not be the last. We already mentioned that we plan eventually on shipping the Steam Audio in the SDK with a lot of added functionality. This may also include some additional, highly requested audio-related features. In addition, we are looking at a refactor to our microphone pipeline. Steam Audio only affects the audio output path, but on our audio input we could do some modernization. We also will have more details on when the time is here, but suffice to say we are aware of our current shortcomings in that area. And lastly, Steam Audio is open source. While some of our adjustments may remain private, we do plan on contributing some of the changes and adaptations that we have made back to the community. We also have some more technical long-form write-up about Steam Audio in VRChat coming. Stay tuned. A big thank you to everyone who helped test Steam Audio over the years. This would not be possible without any without all input from the community. Dynamic items, or dynamics on items. Last week we released a VRChat SDK that includes the ability to add dynamic components, Fizbones, and more to world objects. Internally, we've also had support on items. As a trial run, we're planning to add contacts to the campfire and marshmallow items that were available back in September and October. That means you'll be able to hold a marshmallow over the campfire and it will cook it. You should also be able to even cook it over a fire on an avatar or in a world, provided they have a contact center with a fire tag applied. As a note, keen readers might have noticed this reference to 2025.4.2 patch notes. This system opens up a lot more possibilities for items in the future, and is just the start of what we're thinking of doing with them. Stay tuned. VRChat success stories. Spooky Ghost Boo. We're publishing a short series of articles over the next few weeks about content creators that have major success on VRChat. You can read the first one here, detailing how the spooky creator Boo, creator of Black Cat, used creator economy to increase her earnings by 4x. Creator fixes and improvements. Oh, my eye is like dry. Here's some feedback that we've resolved in the past dev update. World Dynamic Udon feedback. I'm getting spammed invites, holy crap. Let's go on red. As many of you seen, we have made these changes to how Fizbones and contacts integrate with worlds. The contact receiver involved in contact event is now included as part of on-contact enter and on-contact exit callbacks. This makes it possible to check if receiver matches a particular one in your world. Grabbing a Fizbone in Client Sim in an SDK project now gives you a reference to simulated layer. SDK target build fix. There is a bug in the SDK where if you applied platform-specific overrides to any assets, textures, etc., it would show you only validation messages for the platform instead of the one you actually applied. That should not apply or happen anymore. Avatar styles and acknowledgements. A server-side issue meant that the list of styles and acknowledgements used by an avatar would not always be reliably passed to the client if the avatar you were looking at was private and worn by someone in the instance with you. This should now be fixed. Conclusion. That's it for this week. Next dev update will be on December 18th, and that's the last one for this year. See you then.